I ended up getting Bali Belly. Accommodation from hell. We don't have anywhere to stay now. It's been a lot more stressful than anticipated. I swear the drama of this trip just does not end. Good morning, angel boy. Did you have a good sleep? Yeah? Did you have a good sleep? So for those interested, we are still using our reusable nappies, and this is what it currently looks like to travel with a baby. We're washing them by hand at the moment, although there's heaps of laundry service here, but I'm just finding it easy to wash the nappies in the shower and then hang them out here to dry, and system's working pretty well. However, one of the struggles has definitely been when we literally arrived and got off the plane and got our taxi to our hotel, we left his wipes in the cab car, like in the taxi. We left them there. That has been the hardest thing because I make those wipes myself. I cut them out of like an old flannelette sheet and I make my own wipe solution that's really like clean. It's got aloe vera in it, and I swear by that solution that I make because ever since he's been born, he's never had nappy rash. And since arriving and losing the wipes, we've just had to buy some wipes here, and ever since then Koa has been getting little like rashes and bubbles, and yeah, so we've had to buy cream to put on the nappy rash. It's not fully like a nappy rash, but it's like on the border of it. So that's been the hardest thing, is not having my wipes, not having my wipe solution. And using the reusable nappies like hasn't been too much of a headache as we thought like it might be. I thought maybe I'll just use disposable nappies when we're traveling. That hasn't been too bad. This is your favorite part of the day. Okay, ready? All the fish come to you. They think you've got food. But good morning, everybody. We're all packed up, but we are gonna check out at 12. And in the meantime, we're gonna go get breakfast. Although I'm probably not gonna get breakfast. Their vegan options aren't the best. They'll have breakfast here, I'll eat out, because like I was saying, I still have Bali belly. I need to update you guys. This trip has not been the relaxing trip I envisioned. I have been sick with Bali belly for like 2 weeks. It is not fun. So anyway, I'm eating a lot cleaner of a diet, like raw juices and salads and anything that won't aggravate my belly, because I thought I was all good. I thought I was fully recovered and healed, and then we went out for like a pizza night at this amazing Italian restaurant, and I very much regret that decision of eating like some dirty food because I was up all night. Let's just say that Cole wasn't the only one pooping in the middle of the night. Anyway, we checked into this beautiful accommodation over Christmas, which was a fun little treat, but now we're checking out and we're going to go to another place in Uluwatu. We've pretty much done our tour all around Bali and we're now at the bottom, and it's really beautiful here actually in Uluwatu. So we're going to check into another accommodation that's actually on the beach. Today it's actually my mother-in-law's last day with us. We're going to have a bit of a Brazilian day today, aren't we? So this is the vegan corner. We've got potatoes, some eggplant, and this tempeh. The tempeh looks good. Alright, so my husband's just checking us out from the hotel. It was so fun staying here because it's such a fancy place. So Christmas was really beautiful staying here, like very relaxing. We got massages, we went swimming in the pool every day. However, it definitely wasn't very Christmassy because here in Bali, people don't celebrate, it's not part of the culture to celebrate Christmas. It wasn't very like merry, but it was still really nice to like stay at a really nice place. But anyway, I'm just waiting for him because then we're gonna go to have breakfast, like second breakfast really. We're gonna go eat some more food, have second breakfast at this Brazilian little pop-up cafe that we found yesterday. And we also managed to find some real acai. We're gonna take my mother-in-law there today to enjoy some Brazilian food. Yeah, just her last day here in Uluwatu before she heads back home. But oh my gosh, I really do have to update you guys on what's been happening like the past 2 weeks. Where my last vlog was in Canggu and I was like, oh, we're having so much fun. It's been, I don't know, 5 days or a week we've been in Bali. That was like the beginning of the end, that vlog. That night, I ended up getting Bali belly, and honestly, it took me out. Bali belly, I ended up throwing up all night, and then for the next week, like barely could eat anything without pooping my pants out. I ended up having to fast to like stop eating food to clean my gut. It's been like two weeks of Bali belly. Then the next thing that happened was we bought a waterproof bum bag for this camera so it wouldn't get wet because we're in the rainy season here in Bali. And like most things in Bali, when you buy them, they can be fake. And this was fake. This was not a waterproof bum bag. We ended up getting massively rained on. The camera ended up getting wet and dying. So we ended up losing a camera, having to buy a new camera. Hello. Hey, my ride has arrived. All right, we're gonna go off to the cafe now. Have arrived. Here's the restaurant. Look all the Brazilian flags. Do you feel like you're at home? But I was just saying all the dramatic things. I was sharing all the bad things that has happened to us on this trip. I was pooping myself, but like to the point of literally almost passing out. I was losing so much like liquid and fluid. On top of that, we ended up booking accommodation that was like accommodation from hell. It was like the pictures, it just was not as the pictures had appeared at all. And then we also booked another accommodation that was like up on the hills, up on this beautiful mountain area. Like it was so beautiful, the accommodation. However, to get there was so treacherous. We were in a car and there were times where it was like zigzagging up a mountain, and there were times we turned corners that were so narrow, like the roads were not built for cars, they were built for motorbikes. So there were times we turned corners and I literally was looking like, oh my gosh, there's a cliff face. We are potentially gonna like landslide down. That was so scary. So it's just been a lot more stressful than anticipated, but we've done our loop around Bali and now we're gonna stay in Uluwatu. We're gonna get a nice little place. Hopefully it'll be nice. The pictures look nice, but we'll see. We're gonna get a little place by the beach, which we're moving into today. We're just gonna stay there for a couple of weeks rather than like move from place to place to place, which we've been doing. But we are here now. Alright, so we're gonna order some tapioca
and
some feijão, some beans.
Couscous and put tofu.
Oh, that's great.
Normally put eggs.
That's great. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I might get some couscous, and they do have some tempeh and tofu, which is really nice. And I might get a tapioca too. I have no idea what you ordered, but I'm sure it's going to be very tasty. Okay, so it's Veronica's last day. What's been your favorite thing about Bali so far? Food. All the local food's been really, really tasty. And because the accommodation nice. Yep. We've stayed in lots of different places. We've stayed at like this fancy resort, but we've also stayed in stayed in little cabins. Yeah. People are really nice. What's that?
Yeah, tasty. Nice.
Exactly the same?
Smells same.
Yay! You feel like you're in Brazil? Yeah. So what have you got? You've got tapioca filled with some chicken and cheese. And then that is pão de queijo, cheesy bread. Good?
Oh.
Look at that.
Brasília.
Yeah. Happy? Do you like the flags, Koa? Koa. It's a puppy dog. What do you think? What do you think? It's like he wants to play with the dog, but he's a little bit scared. Thank you so much.
Take this. Oh, done.
Now I can't have this one either. This one's got chicken. It's chicken wrapped in pastry that's deep fried, right? Love, you have to tell me what's the name of this one?
Coxinha.
Coxinha. What do you call a fat person?
Like a coxinha. Like a coxinha.
You call a fat person a coxinha in Brazil because it's like there's the head and that's the body. Okay, have a bite. What do you think? Authentic taste. That does look good. And got a black coffee too, just like Brazil. Good? Yeah. Do you want some food, Koa? It's so funny, since we've been in Bali, Koa has just been like in a nappy because it's so hot here, but every Indonesian person comes across Koa thinks he's so cute, and then he's like, oh, isn't he cold? He must be so freezing, he's just in a nappy. And I'm like, no, it's so hot here. My vegan tapioca has arrived. My mother-in-law actually makes this for breakfast a lot of times. We actually eat this a lot. All right, here we go. Tofu and some veggies.
Something else?
Okay, so little update. I legitimately cannot believe what has just happened. Michelle has dropped me off back at the lobby. We are picking up our bags, ordering a taxi, literally getting ready to go to our next accommodation. And I get a message from them saying, I am so sorry, the ceiling has fallen in our apartment that we booked for and we can't stay there. I am truly sorry for this issue. The ceiling unit has suddenly collapsed. So now we literally have no accommodation. We've checked out here. We don't have anywhere to stay now. We have to literally find new accommodation like right now. I swear the drama of this trip just does not end. I can't believe it. We literally have to find new accommodation like right now. And because it's like the Christmas, New Year's season, like everything is legitimately like so expensive. I can't believe it. We literally are on our way to our accommodation and we get a message saying right now they can't have us anymore. This trip has just been like non-stop issues and dramas. And another thing that happened, which I forgot to say, is I recorded a whole day of footage when we're in Ubud, and for some reason it just didn't record and I lost all the footage too. That was like another thing that happened. Koa's asleep, so that's good. He's happy. And I'm not quite sure how well that tapioca went down in my belly. And I do feel a little queasy as well, so that's great. So fun being on holidays. We were talking at breakfast about how much we miss home and how much we have come to realize home is such a relaxing, lovely place to be that we just sort of want to go home a little bit. That's so bad to say when you're on holidays. We have a couple more weeks before we can actually move back to our place. Great, we've got to figure out what to do. Haven't told my husband yet because he's going to pick up my mother-in-law and bring her back. So we're traveling, so fun. So the person that was managing our booking was like, don't worry, we have some other hotels and places we can possibly fit you in and stay. And she's just messaged back saying, sorry, everywhere is fully booked, especially during the 27th of December to the 3rd of January, everything's fully booked. She's like, so sorry, we can't help you with other accommodation. You just got to figure it out on your own. Okay, so we've booked a new accommodation. It definitely doesn't look as nice or relaxing as the other place, but there was not many options to pick from. We've just booked what we could find and we're on our way now. Okay, so we have arrived at our new accommodation. There's a little pool there, which is nice for Koa. I've already hung out all of Koa's wet nappies already. So we've got bed, wardrobe, a little mini kitchen, which is nice, and a TV. We've got the bathroom here. Pretty basic, but it'll do the job. We might unpack a little bit and then go out for dinner, and then we'll drop Grandma Bobo at the airport. And very exciting, we've also started sort of not quite crawling backwards, but wriggling backwards. Haven't you, Mr. Coconut? And he can now go on his belly and then sort of push up on all fours. I'm going to show everyone your ability to worm your way backwards. So you ready? We can go lying down. Let's go. So he sort of gets on his knees and then, yeah, look, you're worming your way backwards. Look, it's a monkey. Hi, monkey. Hello, look at you. Hi. Apparently you shouldn't actually stay too close because they'll like legitimately steal your phone, anything. We are literally walking in cables. This is terrifying. All right, we have arrived at the acai place. So you can get a bowl, you can get a smoothie, you can get ice cream cone. We also got the ice cream, that was nice.
The larger one.
All right, the acai has arrived. You got acai in a cone, how is it?
That's good.
Good, all right. Good?
Good.
That's so good. We are back at our apartment. We said goodbye to Vovo, to Grandma. So she's off to the airport now. And my husband's just giving Koa a bit of a shower and we're gonna put him to bed. But I just wanted to end the video here with this sort of thought and this sort of reflection. This trip has just like not been the relaxing holiday we had envisioned at all. It's even been way more expensive here than we anticipated. Like I think coming over Christmas and New Year's and everything like that. And it's just been a lot more stressful than we had imagined, with all these unexpected things happening and going wrong. It can make you feel really anxious, stressed, worried. It can also lead to like you really complaining. Like I was just so constantly seeing the bad things that were happening in the day and the struggles and the worry, and it really does rob and steal from all the good things that have happened, all the beautiful things we have seen and experienced as well. When you start to spiral with your mindset, it starts to cast this shadow over everything. Some of the things that has really touched me since being here, and it's been really hard to see, is just the big divide between the rich and the poor here. You can't help but see the most expensive clothing store like we went to today, where clothes are like $500, and yet opposite the road there's, you know, people begging on the street, or they're selling, you know, food from their cart for like 50 cents or something like that, just desperate to make anything, desperate to make some money because they don't have money. And you've got these resorts and these expensive hotels, and just down the road there's homes that are put together with discarded tin. You all done with your shower? Okay. You're not dressed. I gotta cover the cat. Give me Koa. Okay. Was that fun? Did you have fun with Jada? Bear with me. I'm just gonna be feeding Koa whilst I share my revelations with you. In Australia, there's a lot of just like middle class people, and you don't see that divide so much. And coming here, despite the fact that all these things have gone wrong in our holidays and it's just been like disaster and struggle after struggle, at the same time it's like we actually have so much to be grateful for, and we really don't have much to complain about in comparison to the way other people are living. The fact that we're just on holidays in itself is something to be grateful for. My husband, who's from Brazil, you know, said in all of his life he's only went on one holiday with his family ever. And Koa is 8 months old. He's already on his first holiday, you know? We have so much to be grateful and thankful for. My husband and I have been eating a lot of the like street food, the local food here, and talking to the locals here, which has been really fun. And I remember there was this one time we ate at this woman's little cart and she was selling really interesting food. It literally looked like Willy Wonka food. I remember she was so in awe and appreciative of us visiting her store and buying her food. She ended up moving her cart over where we were sitting so we'd be more in the shade, and she pulled out 2 chairs for us and she wiped them down and like cleaned them, and yet the chairs were plastic. They were broken and they were held together with like masking tape. Anyone else would have just thrown them out, but to her, she was pulling out like her best seating for us. And we ended up giving her like a couple of dollars of a tip, and she was to the point of almost crying by just the blessing that it was of giving her that money. She was so grateful. You know, to anyone else, I think in Australia, you know, a couple of dollars is nothing, but to her it's everything. Yeah, I'm just constantly being challenged here to stay grateful for all that we have. Yeah, I think in our world where after the bigger, the better, the brighter, and everything needs to be quicker and so instant. We need this sort of instant gratification all the time. And even here in Bali, people cook the food so slowly, don't they, love? We'll go to a cafe and we'll be the only ones there, and yet our food will still arrive 25 minutes later. And you think maybe they don't operate slowly. Right, Koa? Maybe we just operate so fast. Maybe we're the ones that have the problem by doing everything like so quickly. All right, well, I definitely need to put this one to bed. Yes, I think it's past your bedtime, Mr. Coconut. So I'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please say hello in the comments. I love reading all of your messages and I reply to all of them. Please subscribe because I do upload videos every single week. Stay tuned for more Bali adventures. I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Until then, until then, goodbye.